Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make this video on being selfish in recovery. Bear with me. Not really planned it out. I'm just going to speak about my experiences and the advice that was given to me in treatment for when I got out of treatment, and I followed it. And it's worked. So hopefully it'll work for some of you, and it will help you understand a little bit more what being selfish with recovery means and why it's so crucial. First off, being selfish with your recovery is exactly that. We were selfish in addiction. We were selfish while we were using, so we have to be selfish while we get better. Or else it's not going to work. You put other people first, you get into precarious situations, you're going to set yourself up for failure. The whole goal is to set yourself up for success, which is staying clean. And I have almost 17 months off drugs now, and I got here by doing just that and being selfish with my recovery. When I went into treatment, I was in a relationship of 2 years. It was very toxic, most of which was my fault from using. I manipulated. I lied. I was not a good boyfriend. So when I come back out, try making it still work, but it's different. I met her high. I was high the entire time of our relationship, every single day. Unless I was going through withdrawals, but I was still on Xanax. I was on Xanax for 10 years. I was tranquilized. I wasn't myself. So when I come out of this fog and see all this stuff, all these people, these feelings, these emotions, raw, for the first time since I was 14 years old. Wow. Yes. So needless to say, the girl that I thought I knew wasn't the same one that I met when I was high, because it all came through. I realized I didn't feel the same way that I thought I did for her. And she wanted to fix her hurt that I had caused, which is completely understandable. And that's how most of you are out there in relationships. A lot of damage has been done. You go your separate ways. Boyfriend, girlfriend gets clean, and all of a sudden comes home. They don't feel the same way. There's a good reason for that. They met you high. They used almost the whole time around you, manipulated. Come back through, there's a lot of guilt there and stuff. I felt a lot of guilt and hurt, man. And then she wants to talk about the things that I, done, throw some things up in my face. It hurt a lot for me. I couldn't deal with it. I'm like, I gotta go. I can't. Sorry. So I ended it, didn't speak to her at all, and I put my recovery first. It's what I had to do to stay alive. Because if I go back to using, I'm going to die. I almost died several times. So it's that important. Recovery comes first. Always, 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 always. You chase your recovery like you chased your dope or your drinks, your drugs, whatever it was that was killing you. Chase your recovery just like that. Go to meetings. Oh, I'm too tired. I had a long day at work. Can't make the meeting. Bullshit. And don't pardon my French, because that is bullshit. You would go to work and come back home. You would stay up all night. You would stay up for 2-3 days sometimes. You wouldn't get much sleep. You would drink at all hours of the night, come home at 3, wake up at 6 and go to work, be hungover all day, and just to get off work and go do it again. You going to tell me in sobriety and recovery you can't go to a meeting after you get off work to keep your sobriety and your recovery first? Put your recovery first. Be selfish with your recovery. Don't give that time to other people when you need it for yourself. Go work out. Go take some time for yourself. They tell you not to be in a relationship for at least a year. I used drugs for 17 years and drank. I'm still working on myself. 16 and a half months. Still working on myself. Still haven't been in a serious relationship. They say, go a year without using. Get a plant. After 6 months, if that plant's still alive, get you a puppy. 6 months after that, the puppy and the plant's still alive, then you can get yourself a girlfriend. And, yeah, it's funny advice, but it really, it's a true thing here. You just don't want to jump into a relationship. You can't be no good for anybody else if you aren't good for yourself. You have to love you first. Then you can love someone else. Still working on all that. So, that might help some of you understand the significant others and things like that. I want to talk to the family members now of the people coming home from treatment and everything like that. You need to let them put their recovery first. I'm not saying baby them and coddle them, but don't throw that crap up in their face. Hey, you remember that one time when you stole that $50 out of my purse? Like, yeah, I do. You know, I was fucked up. I was, you know, and that puts shame and guilt right back into me. I know I did that. I'm trying to move on from that. I apologize. I'm sorry. That wasn't who I was. Don't throw that stuff up in people's faces. They're trying to get better. They don't want to do that to you ever again. I understand it hurts you, but there's a time and place for that. There's a reason why the amends in the 12 steps of recovery is so far down. It's 8. You start making a list of all the people that you've wronged, and you go apologize to them. But that's after a while. After you fix this, you fix you. Start working on you more. You put this first. Then you go out and you start apologizing to people and making things better and things like that. So the family members, you have to understand that we have to work on staying clean, getting healthy, and fixing our brain. They told me it's going to be 36 months, up to 36 months before my brain's healed from what I did to it. It's okay. I'm getting better every day. But it's all because I put the recovery first. I'm selfish with my recovery. Now, to the addict, again, you can't be making excuses. You can't be jumping from girl to girl or guy to guy. You're replacing your addiction. You don't need to indulge in food. You're setting yourself up for failure when you do that. Find healthy coping mechanisms. Work out. Speak to other addicts. Write. Listen to music. You want to be healthy. Selfish with your recovery. You can't even put your children first. You have to put your recovery first. So that means kids driving you crazy. You need to get out and go to a meeting. Go do something for yourself. Put yourself first. If you don't, you get wrapped up in the home life. You're going to go nuts and you're going to get a bottle of wine. Next thing you know, you're laying on the bathroom floor with an open bottle of pills laying next to you and wondering what the hell happened. Well, it's because you didn't put your recovery first. Selfish with your recovery. It's critical. It's life or death. Addiction's life or death. Definitely avoid old people, places, and things when you get out of treatment. It's the number one reason I think most people relapse is because they go around old people and start getting into that old mindset and go around the same places that they used before, and then you get back in that obsession. And once you get that obsession and cravings in here, it's hard to get out unless you call somebody up or meet with somebody, do something. You got to get that obsessed thought out of your head. Avoid old people, places, and things. Always put your recovery first. The rest will fall into place. If you put your recovery first and take care of you first, your children are going to be great. Your job's going to be great. Your family's going to love you, and you're going to have a great significant other one day. So I'm not saying that if you're in a relationship and you go to treatment, like you come out, it can't work. No, that's not what I'm saying. That other person, that significant other, has to embrace your struggle with you. They have to embrace your recovery and know that it comes first. That doesn't mean you as the addict can walk all over that person. That's what we did when we were using. You have to be accountable. You have to take what you did and take it to heart and learn from it. Like, yeah, I messed up, but hey, it's a new day. We're staying healthy here. We're trying to stay sober. You need to set goals. You got to work for them. Hey, in 3 months when I get out of IOP, I'm going to have a job. They even tell you don't worry about getting a job right when you get out of recovery. It's too much stress. I waited about 2-3 months before I got a job when I got out. And it worked for me. Family members, just encourage the addict. Don't throw stuff in people's faces. Selfish with your recovery. Don't let that go. Don't forget about it. You're always going to be in recovery if you're a drug addict, or you're going to be back in active addiction. It's one or the other. You're either using or you're not. Active addiction, recovery. There's no gray area. I'll just do a little bit. No! Off to the races. Recovery comes first. I hope this helped a few of you. It's a long video. I rambled a bit, but there's a lot of good stuff in there. I took the advice of counselors, therapists, addicts, everybody you can think of. Stay out of those relationships. Be careful. All those old feelings and everything come back to you, those memories and things, and you're new. You're dealing with all this stuff clean for the first time because we masked everything else before. So be selfish with the recovery. Always put it first. Don't go around old people, places, and things, and encourage your addict, loved one, wherever you are. God bless all of you. Thanks for taking the time to listen. RockstarRecoveryGroup.com is under the way. It's going to be a big thing. We got a huge following here, and I'm proud. I'm proud of everyone. This is working. We all have huge hearts, and we love helping people. That's why we make the videos. That's why we're on here 24/7, because people need help, and they don't know where else to go. So we got you. You know anybody that might need some help or could benefit, add them to Rockstar Recovery. So many people are getting help and advice, experience, strength, and hope. If you're in recovery, come to Rockstar Recovery. You can help other people too. Always looking for more people to help. Love you. Stay blessed. Remember to always count your blessings, not your problems. You could always have it worse. Our worst day sober is better than our best day high.